You know what time it is. Forgive the playmat, by the way. It's another bulk box time. So, when I was at the store I was talking about last time, I bought two. I made a horrible mistake. The reason I bought this one is this one looks like one of the older ones he had. It just has $5 written on it. And not $5 grab box. So hopefully this is one that's full of the older cards. So we will see. Might even talk a little bit about Force of Will here. I'm sure you can see it. It's a failed card game, in my opinion. I know that can upset some people, but I bought it briefly. I had a lot of fun playing it briefly with some friends of mine that also got into it. We were looking just for a cheaper alternative to Magic to play very casually. And it fit the bill perfectly. I mean, it was a cheaper alternative to Magic that you can play casually. So right off the bat, I see a lot more brown cards. Hopefully this is similar to the box I bought from the first time. It looked a little bit more beat up. As you can see, it's got this big dent here, and it's only got the $5 written on it. So maybe we'll see. Because the first box I got from the guy was awesome. I really liked it. It had a lot of great artifact lands and other stuff that I really enjoyed having. And pulling. Who doesn't enjoy pulling cards that are worth a little bit out of a $5 bulk bin binder that you just fill up with some draft chaff that you've already got laying around, and you can sell them back to somebody for $5. So you're gonna get your money back. I talk a little bit more about bulk in another video, linked in the description, of course. So I will not bother too much talking about my opinion on bulk. So right off the bat, I see New Phyrexia in the box. We have something from another older set, so it looks like we might have lucked out, but we will get to that in a little bit. So hopefully my old card knowledge is still floating around somewhere in my head. So unfortunately we're not seeing anything good from New Phyrexia because all we have is Slash Panthers, but there could be some Ickermirs. We'll just have to see. Rustic, not worth anything. Rusted Signal Pest right off the bat. I love Signal Pest. It's not worth a whole lot, but it's definitely a great thing to have laying around. So in my opinion, you can't go wrong with Signal Pest. It's an awesome card for some older formats, and people really like to have it around. It's good for Commander, I guess, if you like running stuff like that in your Commander deck, but I wouldn't recommend it. Sand Golem, unfortunately, I don't believe Sand Golem is worth anything. Sawtooth Thresher is also not worth anything, so we will continue to move on. I love seeing cards from older sets like that, so hopefully we see more, and that's not all there is to it. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cards going on. I spoke a lot about actually buying bulk and what that's like last time, so I'm not really going to focus on that this time. So this is terrible. Another Signal Pest. I'll take all those I can get. I actually need a play set of those. And it's tough to find out in the wild unless you're really looking. Sliver Construct. It's Artifact Sliver. I don't think it's worth anything, but we'll check it out just in case. Silver decks have gotten popular over the years, and it comes in as a 2/2, Double Strike, Death Touch, Infect, whatever else you can find to give you your Sliver. So Stratodon, horrible, 5/5 trample for 5. I'm sure it's not worth anything, but it's just a pretty cool card. So Devi Steam Beast. We can check this one out. I know Soul Devi Digger from a different set's worth something, so maybe something in the name. We'll see. Sylvic Replica, nothing. So it looks like we're not really getting anything interesting. Tangle Hulk's just a cool card for older, like the Pauper. I think some Fringe decks and Pauper use stuff like that. Straw Golem. Hey, if this was rewritten as a Scarecrow, it might actually be worth something. Of course, kidding. Telethopter, horrible card. But hey, it's essentially crewing it to give it flying. Crew whatever you tap it for. But this is definitely like that other box, so I'm already excited. I don't know why I kept all these Slash Panthers over here. I'm drowning in them. I've gotten 40 from this box so far, it seems like. So let's see. Let's keep going. I'm excited already. It's going to take me a while to get those cards out. If you saw them, they fell over. I'll never get those out. Uggin's Construct, not worth anything. Okay, now we're getting into newer stuff, and that makes me a little bit sad. Even though there can be some money in newer stuff, just usually not. There's just usually not a whole lot, and it's not really worth flicking through. But sometimes hidden in the new stuff, you get some decent stuff. So we'll just keep struggling through all these Wicker Witches. I get it, it's a Scarecrow. It's just not a usable one. Oh no. So that's one part of living in the middle of the city. No matter where you live, you're probably going to have to put up with the train. So I apologize. Traveler's Amulet, not great. I see some pauper play. It's not really worth anything. This is, I like this art compared to the other one because I like my boy has it right here. I guess not my boy, but Thaumaturgs, you know what? I'm almost certain these are not worth the damn thing, but we'll toss them over here anyway. Togs can be shocking sometimes. Some things make them go up, and I don't know, maybe we've seen some of those things, so we'll get to it. I'm still hoping to find some older stuff. I want to get back into the 05 Savitri Scarzum. Really just a commander card. Some people like to use her as a commander because they like the art and demeanor, but it does nothing. If you look at the card, we'll even go back to it. It does literally nothing. It has cool flavor text, and it's a 6/4. It's by a great artist. Props to Nate Thomas. However, 7-drop 6/4, so not really worth a whole lot. Skarg, the Rage Pits, don't believe those are worth anything, so we'll just keep moving along on those. That one, actually, I was expecting to see 30 of them, but it's not what we got. So we got a bunch of Warden of Geometries mixed in with all these bone saws. So we'll keep plowing through. I don't know if I'm going to break even on this box. You know, my last one I didn't really break even either. I was checking out some of those cards, and other than Stasis Snare looking really cool with the full art, for the most part, it was just the Narset and the Dovin's Veto. So I lost on that one, but it's fine. There's another Savitri Scars. So yeah, I lost on that one. It's completely fine. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to keep Boros Guild Mage off to the side. I think that one may be something. I didn't play back in the original Ravnica days, so I have no idea what those look like. So I'm gonna double check. I try to stay up to date on a lot of these prices, but hey, sometimes you miss stuff. Surge Node. Wow, it's nothing. Okay, great. Let's read the effect on that one. Benefits 6 charge counters on it. Remove charge counter, put a charge counter on target artifact. Okay, that's great for things that need charge counters. I can think of exactly 0. So if you're building an artifact-based deck, hey, you could tutor out your other things that need charge counters and really start going crazy. But I doubt that's going to work. Staff of Zagon. Hey, it's actually antiquities. I'm certain this is worth nothing. We can pull it off to the side just in case. We don't need to pull this one off. It's so damaged, it's not worth anything. Steamclaw, also not worth anything. So we'll move on. Skull Catapult. Hey, you know, I see this a lot in binders. I know it's not worth anything, but we'll check it out. I wish that was a serrated arrows. That'd be great. That would have made my day. Even though it's like a 20-cent card. That fell. I'm definitely not keeping this one around. Look, more Traveler's Amulets. Like I said, you know, if you're into Pauper, it never hurts to have these things laying around. Luckily, I already have many, so I don't really need it. So we are just going to keep moving. Hedron Blades. Man, can these be worth $1 each or something? You know, I wish it was a little bit better. So I like Terrarion. These are great Pauper cards as well. At least they used to be. They sort of gotten beaten out over the years as other stuff's come out. I'm going to throw these off to the side only because I like that card a lot. It's a little bit harder to find than some of the other Pauper staples. But we'll keep going. You know what? I like running into these. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. It gave me a play set of one of the arts. More Hedron Blades. You know, it's killing me. Hero's Blade. Okay. You know, Hero's Blade is maybe worth something with Commander. I doubt it. I mean, this whole set was trash. As a matter of fact, I know it's not worth anything because there's only 2 cards from that entire set that's worth anything. And it's not that one. Hey, that gave me my play set of the other Terrarion. That makes me a little bit excited. I actually like that art a lot more. So these Hedron Blades are killing me. They make me want to die inside because we've gotten way too many. Pathway Arrows. Yeah, it's supposed to be like serrated arrows, except it's not. It can never live up to the legend, the raw power of being able to tap and do a damage. At least for Pauper. Now, Soulnet. This is it looks like a revised Soulnet. I'm certain it's worth nothing, but we'll throw it over here just to check it out. Another Terrarion. Okay. Telemtor's Darts. Oh, yikes, man. Look at that. 2 and tap it. Deals 1 damage to target player. Just 1 target player, unfortunately. But I like that card. It's just ugly enough to work. in some older form. These Terrarions, you know what? I said I was happy to get these. I didn't mean I was happy to get this many. I've gotten every Art of Traveler's amulet known to man as well, so I guess that's another plus if you're really looking to build some Nodachi. Now, hold on a second. I could be wrong here, but I vaguely remember Nodachi popping up somewhere in some list, so we'll throw those off to the side. In any case, it's a fine effect. Equip 3, +2, and has first strike. That's going to kill a lot of people's creatures. Here we have another Soul Net. This one looks like it's got some, I'm not really sure, glue or water damage. No, it's got something sticky on the surface, but it is a 4th edition, so it's probably not worth anything. Hey, if it is, I'll clean it up. So Terrarions, the sky is falling on these Terrarions. Seer's Lantern, a lot of people like that card in Commander. Now Sorcerer's Strong box, I like a lot, and I'll keep that off to the side. More Terrarions. I have a whole mountain of Terrarions. There's another Staff of Zagon. It's also in pretty bad shape, but we'll see what goes on. Horrible Hordes, Rampage 1, awful card. Igneous Golem, nothing good there. Insatiable Soul Eater. We're moving along here. That's what we're doing. Juggernaut revised. We'll see what's up with that. I'm sure it's nothing. Junk Troller, Hedron Crawler. We are just moving along here. And if I move too quickly, I apologize. But this stuff's just not worth anything. I'm not getting too lucky with this one. Even though this is what I was hoping for. This is an older box that he definitely has not filtered through in some time. So there may be a chance we get something decent. Lead Golem. You know, I don't think that's worth anything. Oh, it's just a Lodestone Golem. Not even from this set, I don't think. Lead Golem, no, it's nothing. Mere Sire. Ooh, big boy. Leadbelly Chimera, unfortunately, worth nothing. Hexplate Golems, also worth nothing. So we're just going to keep rolling here. More Golems. Golems. I picked the Artifact box, which doesn't bother me one bit. I love artifacts. Uh-oh, as you can hear, we have a little bit of a storm going on out there, but it's nothing to worry about. I'm not too worried about it. Our roof was leaking briefly. Luckily, the roofers came by. They slapped a tarp on it. So we're good to go, hopefully, until they get around to fixing it. And they said they've been very busy lately. You know, very busy life as a roofer. If any of you guys are roofers, I apologize right now. I like Pith Driller. Primal Clay, actually from Antiquities. We'll have to check that one out. In any case, I actually really like this card because I like the artist a lot. She does some really interesting art for Magic, and they sort of just stopped. So even though we're looking at multiple reprints here, if you see here, look, it's 13, 25, and then the original Antiquities one. I'll set it off to the side. I'm actually sort of glad I pulled that card. It's not a great card. We can read it real quick. When you cast it, you choose either to make it a 1/6 wall, 3/3 creature, or a 2/2 flyer. Then it remains in Swarm until altered by another card removed from play. So it's 4 mana for a 3/3 or a 2/2 flyer, or 1/6 wall. It's a horrible card. But just by virtue of being from Antiquities, you never know. We'll definitely give it a look. After all, since this box was made, it looks like around the Amonkhet age, since that's the newest card I've seen, and that's not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. But since this box was put together, there's a pretty decent chance this stuff's gone up. A lot of this stuff's gone up in the last few years. Unknown Shores, you know, it's pauper playable. I'll toss them off to the side. It looks like I'll have a lifetime supply of that. Okay, Voice of Duty and Voice of Law. So Flying Protection from red, terrible, and Flying Protection from green, also terrible. Unknown Shores. Do we get our other voices here? We find our other voices. Look at that, Voice of Grace. Uh-oh, I feel like we're missing a couple. Voice of Duty, Grace, Law. There's probably one from every color, or protection from every color, all in white. Bane of Balaged. Okay. Okay, more Unknown Shores. You know what? I was going to pull these to the side. I'm not going to pull these to the side anymore. These are brutal. Eldrazi Devastator. You know, if only that was worth anything. Yeah, the Horde Swarm. A friend of mine loves this card. He plays it in every deck for some reason. You know, different strokes, different folks, people. If you really like a card for whatever reason, maybe it's just the name he likes. I don't blame him. It's got a cool name. It's not a cool card in the scheme of things. Uh-oh, come here, bud. Okay. Disciple of Grace, protection from black. Okay, so we're still not in good card territory yet. We'll keep her on top. Okay. Ulamog's Despoiler. Pretty sure that's not worth anything. Voice of Reason. And, okay. Oh, I thought we had it. I thought we had all 5. Tormented Angel. Flying. Maybe that is all 5. Maybe that one. It doesn't need protection from white itself, and they're all the same cost. So that could be the other one. Saprazan Scary. Remove depletion counter. 2 blue mana from mana pool. No depletion counters. So this isn't terrible. We'll check it out. I mean, it is terrible. It's a terrible card. But some people like stuff like that. Hey, you know, I think I passed on one of these earlier, but it never hurts to have some of these available. People really like these bounce signs for Commander, so we'll toss it off to the side. Esther Glider, wow, if only that were anything else from that set. Force of Will, perhaps? No, of course not. Guardian of the Guild Pact. A friend of mine did open his box. He got a ton of Felidar Guardians, which, you know, nothing to write home about, but at the same time, it's not terrible. Gust Cloak Carrier, almost certain it's not worth anything. We'll knock those off to the side just in case. But it's not a good card. Goatee Swine, no. Eldrazi Sky Spawner, almost certain those are also not worth anything. I see these in bulk bins all over the country. Sanitarium Skeleton, from, you know, I could be wrong. But we'll check those out. I wouldn't mind seeing some of those cards you can have any number of in your deck. Unfortunately, there's not many of those cards, and one of those, Persistent Petitioners, of course, is in a newer set, so we're not expecting that. Yeah, that'd be great, but life's not like that. So, keep going. These are horrible, horrible, horrible. Lots of these. So I want to hit a good card and then hit a pocket of like 30 of them, because that would make me a lot happier. You know, another Sanitarium Skeleton. We'll throw it on the pile. We have a pile of Skelly Boys over here. Skade Zombies. That's it. Just a zombie that you summon for 3 mana. I'm sure there's cheaper ways to make those. More Harriers. Gust Cloak Runners. Yeah, not worth anything. I know because I've never heard of it. Echo Tracer. More of turn face up. You bounce. Okay. Moving on. Is that a foil back there? Is that a foil? Is that a foil? Let's see. More of these damned Harriers. You know what? Okay, the more I see those, the more I'm convinced they're not worth anything. So we're probably not even going to check that one out. But we're still moving. Hold on. I see a foil. What could it possibly be? Repeal. Everyone loves repeals. They are not worth anything. Repel, also not worth anything. Repulse. Oh, okay. It's something going on here. Rescues. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Instant speed. Oh my lord. We'll toss them. They might be. I doubt it. Never heard of it. Immolating Glare. Destroy target attacking creature. It looks neat, but that's about all we're getting there. Goblin War Chief. You know, I think that's like $1 or something. Relic Seeker. We will take those off to the side. Anything that searches for stuff, I'm a fan of. Does that become anything cool? No. Oh, we have a lot of them, though. If only they did. So, let's keep going. Keep going. More Sanitarium Skeletons. Okay, I'm convinced these aren't worth anything, then. You know, the more of something you see in a box, chances are it's not worth anything. It probably never will be. So, Structural Collapse. Structural Collapse. Okay, okay. We're moving on. We're moving on. Crazy Pilgrims. Alright. Unfortunately, you know what? I think we hit our pocket of cool stuff. That you get in every one of these. So I guess we'll go through this set. We totally forgot about it. Who knows? Maybe our pocket of Ichor Claw Mirrors is hanging out over here. Nurok Replica. More Hedron Crawlers. One-Eyed Scarecrows. You know what? I like Opal and Unicorn. I'm just gonna say it. Mirror Enforcer. You know, this is a great pauper staple. I actually have an affinity deck. Potato Gold. Okay, moving on. Peace Strider. Oh man, don't you love gaining 3 life on ETBs? Man, it's really great effect. Well, I'm not sure of the set. So we have it centered, it's white border and centered, and has very thick black border. So this could be a revised or unlimited. So we will have to double check. I think it's an unlimited. It's still not worth anything, but we'll still see. I mean, we'll check it out. You can't go wrong with checking stuff out. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Okay, well that didn't have anything cool in it like I was hoping. But, hey, Mirror Enforcer. Love it. Love all those I can get, I guess. Coral Helm Guide. Okay, so now we are into newer stuff. So unless I run across a pocket of deflecting palms, I'm probably not going to be too excited here. Oh no, don't tell me this is a whole thing of repeals. It is. Jolt. Mysteries of the Deep. Okay. Permafrost Trap. You know, this sounds oddly familiar. I'll keep that out. Piracy Charm. Target creature gets on walk. Okay, that's nothing. I've never heard of that card. Heard of the sister cards that are much better, but never that card. Okay, we're gonna have some weird stuff. Words of some spicy stuff. Words of Wisdom. Sure, that's not worth anything. No, look at all these repeals. Oh, repeals forever to make me last a lifetime here. You know what? I'll keep Permafrost over here and on top. We'll see what's happening there. Coastal Drake. You know, this is the most efficient way to bounce a Kavu back to its owner's hand. Back in the day, you know, if you don't know about that, there's nothing I can teach you about it. My voice is going out. I apologize. It's way too early in the morning. It's like 7 o'clock here. Local time. I don't know where it's at your time, or even when this video is going to go up. I'm not sure I care what time it's going to be when the video goes up. Coral Merfolk. Oh my lord. Can you be worth something? Coral Merfolk. A Merfolk. Whoa. Oh, I thought I saw the word trickster. You know, a man can get his hopes up. We're in the last set of cards. I gotta tell you, I don't think we're gonna see anything. Veiled Secrecy, last I checked, isn't worth anything. Hell, it might be. Venerian Glimmer. Too bad it's not Venerian Gold. Venerian Gold's worth a little bit. Wouldn't mind having it. Oh great. Looks like we're gonna end the day on a bunch of unsummons. Well, you know what, guys? It looks like another box where I do not get any money back on it. It actually looks quite boring. But it is what it is. Every box is different. I'm going to check out some of the values on these cards. I'm sure they're not worth anything, unfortunately. But, hey, if anything strikes me fancy and is worth anything, I will let you know. I'll put it in the description, and then we'll talk a little bit about it in the comments. So if you like more stuff like this, honestly, probably not going to do a whole lot more stuff like this, but I'll take you through some stuff I found in other binders. Along with random openings. You know, sometimes I get Pokemon if I get really bored. While I'm on break at work, I'll swing by the local stores and see if they got anything on sale. Been able to get some interesting stuff over the last few months since I've been sort of planning out this YouTube thing. I wanted to try it out. But yeah, if you want to see some more stuff get opened, whether it's complete garbage like this, that's probably just going to be tinder for the next time we have a bonfire, or a little bit more planned out, like World Championship decks, things like that, then just stay tuned. But for now, if you want to build a pauper deck and need Terrarions, Unknown Shores, or Gust Cloak Harriers, let me know.